Today is a perfect day to do some dreadlock separation. And of course I know I just recently separated nearly my entire head of dreadlocks, but there are still some stragglers that need to be separated in order to be skinny like the rest of my dreadlocks. Now, splitting your dreadlocks can be quite dangerous for your dreadlocks themselves if you don't do them properly. So we're going to be extremely careful in today's video. And there are 3 ways to separating dreadlocks depending on what stage you're in. And I've had my dreadlocks in for 7 months, so they're not completely mature, but they are pretty tough to separate. Dreadlocks typically mature when they are about a year old, so you want to use that as a rule of thumb when it comes to your own dreadlocks. And the overall goal is to create as minimum pain as possible. But before we get started, I need to go to DREADLOCKS.com and get the tools necessary in order to do this process. So I'm going to pick up a Dreadlocks crochet hook, and I had all the other tools. And those are some really sharp shears and a rat tail comb. So the first way of separation is actually going to be using simply our hands. This is minimal invasive. We don't want to make any damage on the dreadlocks, and if you're at the perfect stage, you can simply use your hands. And you want to use your hands as much on your dreadlocks because it is the least destructive. So let's take a look at the first method, and that is using your hands. I want to start out by getting the hair out of the way by pulling it all up. And before I do any work on my dreadlocks, I always take my glasses off. And this is the dreadlock that we're going to be working on for this first method. Go ahead and grab your rat tail comb, and let's begin by combing out those roots. Don't comb them too much, but comb them thoroughly so that you can get a nice part when it comes to using the rat tail comb to separate that section. And simply find where you want to create this section, use the end of the rat tail comb and push it through and separate that hair. We start the separating process out by using 6 fingers, and that's 3 on each hand. You're going to be using your thumb, your index finger, and your middle finger. Both your index and your thumb are what's going to be holding the dreadlock at the root. This is to stabilize it and to make sure that you're not pulling any hair out of the scalp. Make sure to get a good grip because you don't want any tension to be happening towards your roots. And your middle fingers are what is going to be doing the separation. This is where you need to put in the strength. So have a tight hold with your index and thumb, and use a lot of strength on your middle fingers. And it's really as simple as that, pulling the dreadlock apart. Obviously it's going to take a little bit of strength, and honestly more strength than you think, but it's definitely worth it. And don't be afraid to put a lot of strength into it because it's going to take quite a bit. And I would suggest if you're doing your entire head, either have someone help you or break it down into sections to where you do 1 section a day and so on and so forth. As you get further down the dreadlock, you can add in more fingers, and this is good because you get to add a little bit more strength when it comes to separating this dreadlock. And yes, I do see that I had a little bit of buildup, and this is to be expected. When you're either combing out your dreadlocks or separating, there's going to be buildup regardless. This just comes with the territory. Now that you have your dreadlock separated, it's time to put it all back together with the Dreadlocks crochet hook. When separating the dreadlock, it is to be expected that some will unravel. So it's always good to tie it back in so that these 2 sections of dreadlocks will match the rest of your head. So now you just crochet hook the hair back to where it's supposed to be. A rule of thumb when using the crochet hook is to have the hook facing towards your thumb. This applies pressure to the hair and your thumb, allowing the hair to actually intertwine and get locked together. So if you're ever having any issues with actually locking your hair with the crochet hook, follow this step and you'll see improvements immediately. And guys, it's really as simple as that. That's all it is to it. Now let's move on to method number 2 of separating your dreadlocks. We're going to start out by using a comb. This is the same comb I used before, and this is simply combing out the dreadlock. This method you want to do if your dreadlocks are extremely mature. because you can comb your dreadlocks out at any stage, whether you've had them in for a year, 2 years, or even 5. And really, as long as you've ever had your dreadlocks in, you can always comb them out. But keep in mind, when combing out the dreadlock, there's going to be hair that actually comes out. But I hope you guys are happy, because in this video I'm going to show you what to do with all that extra hair that comes out of combing out the dreadlock. But when combing out the dreadlock, make sure to take it little by little. Don't do it in big chunks because you're going to have a lot of breakage. Because remember, all the hair that comes out of combing out the dreadlock isn't breakage, it's just hair that has fallen off into the dreadlock and is no longer attached to your scalp. So it's okay if that hair falls out, but you want to prevent any hair that is attached to your scalp to come out. And it's always good to just take it step by step. Don't rush things. And just a reminder, this is for those people that are struggling with trying to separate their dreadlocks with just their hands. And of course, if you're struggling with even combing out your dreadlocks, there is a third method that I'm going to be showing you here shortly. Once everything's thoroughly combed out, let's go ahead and create that section that we need, and I'm going to be doing 2, but you can do as many as you would like based on the sizes you want to accomplish. And then you're going to lock everything back up using the crochet hook just like we seen on the first method. If you want to know how to use the Dreadlocks crochet hook like a pro, make sure to join the Dreadlocks Masterclass. Not only do you get the dreadlock tools, but I personally teach you how to use these, and I teach you the secrets to becoming a loctician, so that you can not only do your own dreadlocks, but you can do others and get paid. So I'm going to show you exactly what to do with this extra hair. We're simply going to wash the hair and reinstall it. Now, since this hair isn't attached to the head, we are going to be using Dawn dish soap, and this is perfect for getting rid of buildup. You can also use this on your dreadlocks that are actually attached to your head, but I wouldn't recommend it as a regular shampoo. This will clean off the hair perfectly and have it ready to be reinstalled. Now, when it comes to installing it, you're going to be using the Dreadlocks crochet hook. So you want to take the washed hair and then palm roll it back into somewhat of a dreadlock, and then butt it up next to your actual dreadlock tip, and then reinstall it using the Dreadlocks crochet hook, following the steps that were provided in the first method. And it's really as simple as that. Not only did you comb out your dreadlock, but you maintained your length by reinstalling the hair that it came out. That's a simple trick that a lot of people don't do when it comes to combing out your actual dreadlocks and redoing them. And of course, the last method of actually separating your dreadlocks is using scissors. And all you simply do is same method. So you start out by doing the same thing of creating your section that you want to do. So say I wanted to do one right here, I create that section. But instead of separating with my hands or combing out the actual dreadlock, I would take the scissors, put one end through the middle, and then literally clip my way down. This is typically if your dreadlocks are extremely mature, after you've had them in for about a year or even more. I've had my dreadlocks in for about 7 months now, so my hair is not completely mature. And I just wanted to show you guys those 3 methods. And if you want to make your dreadlocks skinnier, it's completely possible, even if they've been completely mature or if you even barely started. So that's the beautiful thing about dreadlocks. So thank you guys for tuning in on 3 ways on how to separate your dreadlocks. So if you want to make your dreadlocks skinnier, make sure to just follow those steps. And I recommend to try it with your hands first before resorting to combing out your dreadlocks or using any scissors. Scissors are a no-go unless you have to, if you've had your dreadlocks in for a year or even 2 years or longer. But hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys do an amazing day. Matter of fact, have a great day. Peace. God bless. I want to thank you guys again for watching today's video. Make sure to go to Dreadlocks.com and enjoy all of our holiday low prices on dreadlock tools. You can click the card at the top of this video, or you can click the link down below in the description. Make sure to get the tools now before all the prices get raised back up after Black Friday. This is Dreadlocks.com's way of showing appreciation to all of you for all of your support in this last year. And I really have been enjoying all of you guys' love in the comment section, so make sure to leave some more love in the comment section on this video as well. I'll see you guys in the next one.